So we have some breaking news that Democratic election officials in New York State are plotting to remove Bernie Sanders from the primary ballot. Guys, this is a travesty. According to sources like the Huffington Post, there are regulations that exist which allow officials to remove candidates from ballots if they're quote-unquote not actively campaigning, even though Bernie Sanders has made it very clear he still wants to fight for every last single delegate. When Bernie suspended his campaign and endorsed Joe Biden, he still let it be known that he wanted every single delegate he could earn because he wanted his supporters to have their voices heard, and at the convention, he wanted to ensure there was a strong contingent of progressive delegates pushing progressive policy. And this sort of move by Democratic election officials in New York would basically be spitting on Bernie Sanders' goodwill, because Bernie Sanders, whether people were happy with it or not, was loyal to his promise to the Democratic Party. As soon as he felt he could no longer win, he would drop out and endorse the nominee. And he did exactly that. And all he asked for was the delegates that he could earn fair and square based on his level of support within the party. And the party is trying to take away even that from Bernie Sanders. For all those people, all those Biden supporters, all those corporate Democrats, all those neoliberals that have been screaming for party unity, for unity to stop Trump, and yet this happens, just watch what's going to happen when you take Bernie Sanders off the ballot. There's already a good chunk of Bernie supporters, for a whole bunch of reasons, that don't want to support the Democratic Party or Joe Biden. And if you add this to the mix, you might lose some of the people that were going to vote for Biden based on Bernie's recommendations. They might see this as the ultimate move of disrespect against Bernie, his campaign, his team, his movement, all progressive Americans. Because even just to get delegates to the convention to push good policy, the New York State Democratic Party, Democratic establishment, election officials don't even want to allow that to happen. This could have real consequences beyond symbolics and the platform too. There are down ballot races in New York, and while Bernie's suspending his campaign maybe takes some of the energy out of campaigning for Bernie and going out to vote, there's still the case that some people were going to go and vote for Bernie and would have also voted for some down ballot progressives running in primaries. If you take Bernie's name off the ballot, that might put some of those down ballot progressives at a disadvantage. And crucially, Bernie Sanders has made it clear he wants to earn any delegate he can. And if the unthinkable happens, if for whatever reason, if Biden drops out, or if Biden is unable to do the job, or if Biden is forced out due to some of his controversies, maybe surrounding Tara Reade, then every delegate Bernie Sanders could have earned would have been useful in his ability to replace Biden. By taking him off the ballot, you're basically taking away any chance Bernie Sanders would have of being Biden's replacement at a convention, making it all the easier to flip the nomination to a neoliberal like Cuomo or whoever. It is an absolute travesty. Mark my words, if they go through with this tomorrow and remove Bernie Sanders from the ballot, all it's going to do is anger Bernie Sanders supporters, progressives all across the country, not just in New York State. Bernie Sanders did a lot to help the Democrats in this run. He was very clear from the beginning. He would support the nominee. He would endorse them. He would campaign for them. Bernie Sanders did that. He did a live stream with Joe Biden. He's done things since then. Every live stream he's done, every event he's done, he's been touting the need to vote for Joe Biden. Bernie even did a fundraising email for the DNC, helping them to raise money to fight Donald Trump and the Republicans. Bernie's been a team player. Some people think Bernie's been too much of a team player with the corporate Democrats. But if they do this to him and his movement, they will lose potentially millions of people for no gain in any real terms. It's time they rethink this decision. Bernie Sanders has earned the right to win every possible delegate he can on every one of the primary contests going forward. If you take that away from him, you're really risking your ability to defeat Donald Trump in November.